Hello, beautiful ones. Rosie Glow here. How are you doing on the crest of a phenomenal reset? For those of you who don't know me, I channel Divine Grace, and I do that through calling in this frequency, this soft pink light, which is really available to us all today. There's a crystal here which is symbolizing the earth and the cleansing of the earth and the moon and the benefits of this full moon total eclipse. So what's it all about? Well, what I wanted to do is just take a moment, because actually it's about in an hour's time that the full moon is going to be peaking. Let's just have a quick look and I will be absolutely clear as I look at my calendar. So, yeah, where are we? Today, 11. It should be 11:13. Okay, so it's coming up very, very quickly. And what I wanted to do, 11:13 a.m. And then we have the actual peaking of the eclipse an hour later. So the invitation is just to take some time now to appreciate the fact that there's been waves and waves of the old stuff coming up in the last few weeks, because we've been in an eclipse corridor. As you enter into eclipse phases, you go through a corridor, but it all starts earlier. So to make the most of it, just be aware that you're not being dragged through the mud for a reason. For nothing. There is a reason to it, and it's to pull up the dregs of all of the sort of 3D, 4D density stuff that's fear-based that you can't take with you on your ascension path. We're all ascending. Those of us who have chosen to be here in service are ascending. Those of us who care about what's going on in the world today and want to help make a positive shift are ascending. Those of us who are just chasing our tails, stuck in fear, are not ascending at the moment, and they need our support. So if we are experiencing fear waves, if we are experiencing old stories repeating themselves, power plays, control issues, not knowing how to create safety, all of this is the sort of dregs, as I said, of what's been coming up, to allow us to just bring love to it, not try and change it, not try and find a solution, but just bring love to it. And so the infinite love flame, when I work with it, and the way it's been taught to me by my beautiful teacher, Susanna Kennedy, is a pure clear flame, like clear quartz. And you can work with this and the soft pink flame to allow things to move through quickly. So the ritual I was going to suggest to you today, I'm going to take some time. I did this last night. I was very, very aware in the last few weeks of old stories coming up. So rather than getting caught up in what I need to do to change them, it's like, well, they've come up because they're ready to be released. So I've written a list of patterns, beliefs, expectations I'm willingly releasing in all dimensions, space and time, and transmuting into infinite eternal joy. So this is one list, what I'm letting go of. And then here we have what we're bringing in. Now, in eclipse season, like when you have an eclipse, there's all these different thoughts, all right, which is obviously the depths of what is hidden comes up, which is essential for our evolution. In our own lives, you know, do you cleanse your crystals during the eclipse? You know, do you do rituals during the eclipse? Well, if you are very conscious about the energies that you're working with, yes, you do. If you're not, then it's probably best to leave it alone. So I made other videos explaining that we are clearing the sort of struggle codes that we embedded into our crystal friends, that we put there to make sure that we would be tested enough times with how to use our power wisely so we wouldn't misuse it. So we have this opportunity now with this eclipse to be able to release those struggle patterns, to release the resistance bands. If you know you've been working your tools, if you know that you have been diligent and practice integrity, transparency, accountability, practice surrendering to the highest good of all and the win-win-win in everything, no matter what, so that you're always evolving your egoic desires, your kind of personal, human, limited desires to your higher self desires, then you are ready to unleash this power. You're ready to work with it and to utilize it with the utmost respect. And the key to that is rooting down into your earth chakra. This is the thing I see the biggest difference between fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional consciousness, in terms of those that are still resonating in fear and getting consumed by it, and those that generally have transmuted the fear and are living above it, occasionally dipping down and having to clear more for themselves and the collective, is how well they anchor into their earth chakras. So this is about 3 foot below the surface of the earth. And once you've anchored into it, you can then send your love and light like roots all around the planet, activating the crystalline grid and therefore connecting with all our soul brother and sisters, and anchoring into the diamond core of Mother Earth. So we want to anchor into the 5th dimensional frequencies of this planet. We want to anchor into 4th density, which I know I'm not going to go into explaining that today, but essentially old structures were in place that we used to anchor into without realizing it. So although we were looking to ground, we were also anchoring into density that was pulling us down. Now, when you bring the light consciously through from source, you activate the crystalline grid, you connect deeply into the Earth's diamond core, and therefore you are connecting to these higher frequencies, the higher octaves, because everything that has been, well, was once pure, has been in some way infiltrated. And we're now creating new structures around that so that we can dismantle the old ones. We've been doing that for 10 years. We're doing it for another 10 years. So this cycle that we're in with humanity's awakening is taking like a whole generation before it really takes root. Okay, so we've got to just be diligent, enjoy the process, celebrate the good, support each other through the challenges, and recognize that anything that comes up in our personal lives to be felt is happening for us to evolve our soul consciousness, also to clear the bloodlines of our families, and also to be able to help to clear the density in the collective. So we evolve through our personal journey into being here in service to others by actually being able to utilize our lessons to support others in their growth. And that's why there's so many coaches and healers and therapists and so many people feeling this heart call to reach out and to support those that are awakening now. So what are you going to do with this little ritual? Well, if the peak is in the UK, it's 12:11 UK time, so it's 11:11 Universal Standard Time. What you'll do is with the list that you actually want to release, you're going to take it, fold it away from you. Okay, fold it away from you. So you're making a conscious choice that you're letting this go. You're folding it away, and obviously you want to be outside because you're going to burn it. If you need to make sure to do this safely, okay, so have a bowl, have some water, be careful if you're in an area that is just fire, like just really be cautious about what you're doing, plan it properly. But you want to light this, let it burn down into a safe place, so into a bowl, ceramic bowl, something that's not going to break. You can use metal as well. And then when it's ashes, okay, with the ashes that you've got there, once you know they're completely burnt down, you can then surrender them. You can either pour them into water or you can surrender them into the earth. You can just dig a little bit of earth and surrender them down. You can't do that straight away. You can do it later on, okay? You can do it later when you get home. You can plant in the garden. For the things that you want to bring in instead, this is on the other side of the eclipse point. So after 12:11 in our time zone, you then fold towards you what you actually want to bring in, okay? And as you fold it towards you, you're then going to energize it to come into your life. So these are feeling qualities more than anything. Now, you know, safety is really important if you're working with fire. I'm just going to say that again and again and again. This is not something for children to be doing. It's not something for anyone to be doing unaccompanied. And unless you know what you're doing, you're just going to be safe. But if you have a jug of water and if you have a nice big bowl and you are very aware of where you are, you should be able to do this safely. And what else was I going to say on it? Before you do that, activate your I am present. So we're going to do that now. I'm just going to do it with you now because we're in this energy where we can start to feel the waves of bliss that are coming through, even though we're also feeling the pain of the past being cleared. You know, the world is in an apocalyptic state. It is definitely in an apocalyptic state, which means there is a huge reveal going on. And as we awaken, we're generally quite confused. Okay, so this is normal. But what we can do is always look at what's going on in our life today and say, well, this stuff I don't want anymore. These emotional states that I keep experiencing, whatever is behind them, I want to know. I want to love it up. I want to own the beliefs I have, the expectations I have that keep bringing this in. That's why when you burn it away, you're releasing the patterns from your life by being able to access what are the root causes of these patterns. So be aware that when you release, you will then be receiving guidance as to why this keeps showing up instead of what you want. And therefore, you're going to be able to let that go, pay attention to the core beliefs, turn them around, and keep welcoming this in, what you actually want. Now, when you've burnt this one to ashes, again, let it completely have burnt down, There's nothing left in there, okay? And again, what you can do with that is you could actually pour the ashes over a plant if you wanted to. the roots of a plant. It depends where you are. If you've got a body of water that is coming towards you, you could actually pour the ashes into the water. The main thing is that you're energizing the second lot, whereas you're letting go of the first lot. Okay, so I'm also of the opinion that you could work with the ashes and you could just bring them into your heart space. You could work them into your solar plexus. You could work them into your sacral chakra, but they have to be completely burnt down. So you don't do anything with them straight away. All right. So to recap, we have this eclipse. It's coming very, very soon. We've been in the energies of the eclipse already. So we've had all this dreggy energy coming up that has been wanting our attention. It's the sort of the stuff around the patriarchy, the stuff around needing to dominate in order to feel safe, the stuff around projecting to others what we don't own, the stuff around lack, the stuff around judgment. It's all been there. It's all been coming up, whether you're triggered by the collective or personally. That's the stuff that you're releasing. And when you do that and you're letting it go, you're being in a place where you are allowing yourself to say, this no longer controls me. Now, what we could say for safety reasons is once you have actually burnt this away, you just pour water over it. And it's like you're saying, it's done, it's burnt, and now I'm being released. And with the second lot that you're actually bringing in, you allow those embers, you allow that ash to completely die down in your pot. And then what you do with it afterwards is you're going to energize it. Okay, so energizing it means you could bury it, you could put it over your roots of a plant that you're growing and you're nurturing. You could energize some of it by placing it into your chakras. Again, remember that it's completely, the embers are burnt down. And you just keep calling in the frequencies you want. This eclipse is like end of the old, start of the new. We've got another eclipse in June. And then we've got the solstice coming, and these are a trilogy. Okay, so today what's happening is there's a Vedic, I'm not quite sure how you say it, but this full moon is a very, very powerful full moon of celebration. It's all to do with Buddha and Buddha's energy, and therefore the energy of compassion. And we can bring in Christ frequencies, El Muria frequencies, and Saint Germain frequencies. Diana Cooper was talking about this in terms of these ascended master sages that bring in the frequencies of our divine human code, because we are going through a DNA upgrade. That's why it's safe for us to release the old as we reclaim our full divine human consciousness. And that is again with the crystals come in. So I've been cleansing mine because I'm happy to release the resistance bands, release the struggles that have kind of kept me focused on remembering the lessons I've learned in this life, reminding myself I've learned those lessons. I don't need to keep going over them again and again. Now that's done, we're now moving into a phase where we can claim the light and the power that we also embedded into these crystals that now can support us and light the way ahead. So all that is not aligned with our most auspicious path is taken away. Integrity, sovereignty, transparency, accountability, that doesn't make you popular all the time, right? But what it does do is it allows you to hold those eyes of love, to see through eyes of love whilst others are still processing their pain, to hold the frequency of compassion whilst others are flying around you, and to basically be this pillar of love light that transmits the frequencies of the new earth paradigm that others will align with as they go through their own detox. We, as the way showers, as the light bearers, are going through this process in a deep, deep way. The energy is going to continue for months and years. So we're just getting a beautiful opportunity for a reset. And that's what we're going to do. So let's just very quickly call in our I am presence. If you want to rub your hands together, and if you're new to me, when you subscribe to this channel, you're subscribing to Divine Grace, which is the power that allows us to let go easily of what no longer does. So take a moment, just hold your hands really, really tight. Just think of all of those frustrations, all the things that have been winding you up, all those fears, all of those struggles that have been going on recently. Hold them, hold them, hold them. Take a deep breath in. And then when you're ready, release them with your fingers. Good. Again, breathe in. So all of the stuff that's just been annoying you, frustrating you, feeling never-ending, endless, the battle is always going on. Hold, 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 hold. And then when you're ready, release it into the cosmos. One more time. Inhale. And big release. Good. Okay, so shake that out. Release it. It's not who you are. It's not what you are. It's just stuff you've been holding. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. And then with your nose, draw a circle in the air in front of you. And this is representing your sphere of compassion. It's also representing the full moon. Go the other way. It's representing the earth, whether it's spherical or flat. And then draw your nose up and down. It's representing the geometric shape that holds all other shapes within it. So it's all that is. And then inhale, head neutral, exhale, head to the left. Inhale, head center, and exhale, head to the right. And back to the center, bow your head to your lovely heart. So imagining this huge sphere around you like the full moon, made of trillions of little spheres all spinning on their own axis to the frequency of compassion. Expand that sphere as big as you want it to be, and invite your friends and family, invite your loved ones into this sphere space. Invite all those that you've been in conflict with into this sphere space. Allow there to be love for all. And when you're ready, bring your hands to your heart center. And please repeat after me. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am free. I am divine infinite love. I am divine sacred wisdom. I am divine creative power. I am surrendering my ego will, my ego programming, to my divine will, to my soul blueprint. I am co-creating my personal paradise with grace and with ease, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything and the highest good of all. I am divine consciousness embodied in human form. I am that I am. Just feeling your heart rise and fall. And gently releasing your palms, facing up, fingers loose, opening to the infinite love that is available to us all as a pure, clear flame of love light. Like the sphere I showed you, just coming from source, down through all of the stargates that align with our sun. Then flow that source energy through our sun, into our soul chakras, all the way down through the crown of the head, bathing our whole bodies internally and externally with bright, clear love light. And this is washing through us. It's just allowing all of that density, all of that all of that gunk to be loved with light. It's not got rid of, it's to be loved, to be accepted, acknowledged, touched by a higher frequency that dissolves, transmutes the density into dancing particles of light. See every one of your cells responding to this, every atom, every fiber of your being, and send it down through the soles of the feet, the base of the spine, through the pelvic floor, into the earth. Just imagine that all of this light is pooling into your earth chakra, about 3 foot beneath the surface of the earth. Now you can take your hands and just start to spin them in front of you, like wind the bobbin up. And imagine that you are activating that earth chakra. Activate, activate, activate my earth chakra. Purify, purify, purify my earth chakra. In all dimensions, all space and time, and continue until completion. And then just spread those hands out and imagine this energy from your earth chakra moving around the crystalline grid. You can work your arms intuitively until you're moving the energy around the earth, pure clear light cleansing the whole earth, and then pooling it into the heart of the earth, the diamond core, and back up through you, up through your whole being. So coming up from the center of the earth, up through your earth chakra, up through your whole body and out through the crown of the head, out through your heart. So you're this fountain of bright, clear light. And we're releasing, just allowing that density to be released, to be transmuted. The higher frequencies love it up. So this is all the stuff that we're letting go of before the eclipse. And bringing down now that the divine grace flame, the soft pink flame. I am divine grace, I am divine grace, I am divine grace. Like soft cotton wool, soothing the soul, soothing the physical being, soothing the mental body, the emotional body, the astral body, just saying it's okay. It's safe to change form. It's safe to shed a skin. It's safe to let go of an identity that no longer serves you, that keeps you in struggle. It's safe to look at the world through eyes of love rather than eyes of fear. Beautiful. Send that around the earth. Bring it back up through you. Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me in this. And see your sphere like your own full moon, just full of this lovely soft pink. Because I work with the rainbow flame, I'm going to invoke the rainbow flame, which is like a gem rainbow flame. I am the rainbow flame, I am the rainbow flame, I am the rainbow flame. The frequencies of the 12-stranded DNA, divine human codes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Come through. Just let this flow through you. Again, this time you can send it right into the heart of Gaia. Wrap that beautiful rainbow flame around and into the core of the earth, the diamond core of the earth. Help her to reach her full potential, to shed the pain, the fear, to release, release, release. To nurture and nourish this whole planet from the inside out so that the planet is glowing rainbow. And each of us are glowing rainbow. Our light body is nice and active within our spheres. Activate, activate, activate my light body. Purify, purify, purify my light body in all dimensions, all space and time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. That's beautiful. So just welcoming every one of us to ascend together, to raise our frequency, to not fear change, to welcome the shifting from the old to the new in our lives, the letting go of the old struggle story, however it's still playing out for us, and the welcoming of the thriving collective consciousness that is the new earth paradigm. We send this into our future, into our past, into our now moment. We are divine humans experiencing a physical reality, and we are here as pillars of love light to serve the highest good of all by co-creating the win-win-win in everything, in every area of our lives. So it is, and so it shall be. Feel your integration, feel an accitonal alignment in all dimensions, all space and time, the whole of our Mahatmas, with our divine human consciousness codes. And when you're ready, please repeat after me. Just drop into your earth chakra again. Just drop this rainbow flame in. And from your earth chakra, say this: I command this process continues until completion. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align, balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in my physical reality in all relevant dimensions of my being in all space and all time. Thank you, thank you. Now just open to receive. Know that you are receiving in alignment with divine will, with source energy, with your I am consciousness, your I am self, your higher self who already has all that you want, all that you desire. So bring your attention to what it feels like to be in the space of receiving all that you desire. Bow your head to your lovely heart. Keep giving thanks. And gently open your eyes. Welcome. All right, I'm going to leave it there. But the idea behind this was just to set you up for the day, to set you up for this full moon peaking very soon and the eclipse. If you get a chance to do this little ritual, obviously you can listen to the start when I talk about it. If you can't do it now, can't do it in the next couple of hours, do it tonight, all right? Do it later. But just know that you are making a conscious choice to let certain things go and to welcome other things in with this eclipse as your catalyst. And trust you are in process, okay? So We very easily focus on the problem without ever considering the solution. You know what you don't want. What do you want instead? Spend your time once you've let go of what you don't want to welcome in what you do and keep giving thanks for it. Thank you, patience. Thank you, abundance. Thank you, wealth. Thank you, new clients. Thank you, opportunities that align me with my higher self. Thank you, trust. Bring it in. I appreciate I'm bringing these qualities in. I'm going to keep calling them in. I love you. Take care. Namaste.